Hi, this is Dr. Scott Young, and today we're going to talk about the QFS, the real run versus the fake one. And you're going to freak out because you're going to go, is there a real one? Is there a fake one? I'm going to explain that here. Okay, so we'll get into this a little bit more. And, this is not going to be a super long video, but I do want to explain this a little bit more here. So let me kind of back up here. I'm going to kind of show you a couple things here. So let me add this a little bit to the stage. This just showed up today on my YouTube channel. So let me show you here. And it's a little bit hard to see, but it's not perfect. So this idiot, and this is a bot. It's and this is just a screenshot here at get ads trap insta at Charlie Ward. And so this one is, I had a little thing, and it's Dr. Scott Young. So they show up all the time. And then I can go, you see this little thing, the little dots here, and I'll go over there and then right click on it and hide from my channel. I have to do this all the time. Or if I don't do this, they'll show up all over the place on my channels. You guys have no idea how much I have to do this on my channels with that too. Let me show you what's happening on my TikTok channel. When I have had to go to TikTok, now I created my TikTok channel, I don't know, a couple of years ago. I can't remember. It's at Dr. Scott Young. Simple. Okay. This is what happens to Dr. Scott when you do this right now. Come on. This top one right here is at Dr. Scott Young, 32K. Go right below. It looks exactly like me at Dr. Scott Young QFS 01, and it's 17K, 18K, 256 followers, 89,000, 47,000, 28K, 58K, 77K, 30. And I just did a screenshot of this. And people like say, and I mean, there are people out there who are who actually do videos about how fake I am and how much I am screwing people over. And I'm like going, I'm not doing any of it. And I'm like going, you guys like freaking out on me. I didn't do any of it. If you know me even a little bit, I am not doing advertisements. I do zero advertisements. I take zero money for advertisements. I don't do them. And these are bots or companies or whatever. Each one of them are faking the snot. I have to block each one of them. I have gone to TikTok. I have told them, I have uploaded my ID and told them they're fakers and they will not take them off the channel. They go on and they do this to Telegram, they do this to YouTube, they do this to Facebook, and then here's what I actually did, because I heard this by Scott McKay. This is Scott McKay on 97 followers, 147, 315, 38. That's Scott McCreary. I don't know which one's Scott McKay. He's had the same thing. How do you know which one is the real Scott McKay? I couldn't tell you which one is the real Scott McKay. I know that he talks about this stuff. I try to look for other ones. I mean, you can't tell me which one is this real Scott McKay. And he's actually talked about this as well. So it is, and then you guys get mad about this stuff. And then you guys follow it, and then you guys go track that stuff down. You guys got to be smarter than that. And I'm sorry I'm getting after you, but you guys got to be saying, wait a second, what is this? You're buying something online that you shouldn't be buying, because the quantum financial system is not a buyable kind of thing. What is the quantum financial system? So let's talk a little bit about that. The QFS is the quantum financial system. It's completely private from these hackers. When this thing comes online, this is my prayer, is that it will be completely private from these idiots. And I think it's going to cut them off. It may it may or may not be a trust. We do believe that it might be a trust that will set up, and it may or may not have four or more names that's unto itself. Excuse me, unto itself. It will not be a bank account. It's gonna be like an accessible kind of like way through for you. That's what we believe in that kind of way. It should let you add. Now you can maybe add, or it might find those kinds of ways. So, like an Experian credit report, it might add those kinds of things for you, or you might be able to add that through that kind of system. So your assets, your bank accounts, your funds, like a 401k or any kind of thing. So it's a fast transit of those monies. It is not a bank. It is not a credit card. It is not a loan. And you're going, why is that? It's because what they've tried to do in the past is and I want to put it in another way without the nefarious nature of the Swift system, which is the Fed. Those things are the sixth system of the world. Without the cabal bad nature of everything, without getting off into that area, they're really old. Um, without the bad stuff, they're just super old, and they have really fallen behind the time. If we didn't have this nature of the horrible systems, they would have had to update the systems anyway by the Great Reset. So um, we have had all these new systems of the credit card and the loans and all these other digital natures. And so we have to actually update them anyway. So the Great Reset was the idea of updating the systems a long time ago. They've been badly out of date. Did you know that I was talking to my son about this, and he's a computer expert and an IT guy in and of himself, even though that's not what he does. But he builds computers all the time. And most of these systems are running, the world runs on Windows 7. To give you an idea, you are running on Windows 10 to 11 right now. But most of the systems that you order your, ATM, if you go to an ATM, they're running on Windows 7. If just to pull them down, it would cost them hundreds of billions of dollars to pull them off their systems. So they're really old and antiquated. And so this is how old the systems really are. The QFS is really going to update the systems all in and of themselves. So the Great Reset is dead. It is the deadest part of the systems. And the Swift system is frankly 40, 50 years old in the way that it is. Now, the QFS is not purchasable. It's not a XRP kind of thing. And I'm going to go backward here for a slide second here. It's not well, let me go back one more here. It's not like this little idiot thing over here. Like you can go over here and purchase it through like the QFS, that all this other way that they're trying to tell you can buy the QFS. My real one is right up here. All these other ones, they're trying to make you buy the QFS. You can't buy the QFS, okay? This is not supposed to be that way. This is not purchasable. When the QFS is set up, and it's already set up, but when you can access it, it is a system that you will be able to go in and you'll be able to get in there. And I kind of perceive that you'll first maybe use your social security system because you're so used to that. But we'll see. We'll see in a little bit. Don't get too worried about it. Okay. It's not going to be that hard. I mean, the systems of the governments and the banking system have made it too hard. If you, many of us are, if you're up in your 70s and 80s, if you've been able to run and get on your banking systems now, it's not going to be harder than that. Trust me, it's not going to be harder than that. So don't get too bothered about this stuff. Don't get all okay. And it has to be a constitutional or common law kind of system, whether it's NESARA common law, whether you're in the UK or Australia or whatever place you're living, or in America, it's a constitutional type of monetary source. For America, it's under the Treasury system or the US note. It has to be backed by gold only so that it's trackable. See, that's the thing that they hate. They don't want it to be trackable. The cabal doesn't want it to be trackable. Now, there's going to be a physical note. Well, that will make it trackable too. And see, that will just freak these guys out. See, the dollar, the physical US dollar is, they should be able to track that too. Now they can track those by serial numbers, but the US note can be trackable too. So you can actually pay with the new US note, physical US note. And when you use that, then they can find that as well. So you could just pay with those as well. You can get those out, and it would come from your account if you wanted that, or you could pay with the U.S. notes from your own account, and that would come from your QFS account. So again, you're accessing through your QFS account, through your bank account. So going through that kind of way. So it'll be very, very, very straightforward when you realize it. And I know you're looking at this going, I don't get it. Calm down. Be okay. Calm down. You can't. I know you're going, you're talking down to me. Listen, I can't explain everything to you right yet because we all haven't seen it yet. You'll see it here soon enough. I promise you. We'll all see it together. We'll all have it explained to us. The military is going to give us that information. Okay, so don't get too worried about this stuff. I'm just trying to give you a bit of a heads up on this stuff because it's not as big of a deal as you think. But I do want you to understand that people are spoofing you left and right, and I am not one of those people that are spoofing you. Okay. Um, don't go on and buy the QFS or this fake QFS stuff. Okay. Don't go on and do that kind of stuff. If you want to find people who are buying gold and silver, great. I mean, I know truthers are selling gold and silver. That is fine with me. Okay. If you're buying like the Wave Watch from a truther, or you're buying a real product like oils or kind of thing, or whatever that thing, that's okay. That's a real product that you're actually doing. Okay. But if you're trying to buy a digital product, I would be a little bit nervous in that way. I really get concerned about digital products that you sign up and do. Okay. Because then it gets more dicey. What kind of way that happens. Okay. So just something to kind of watch for. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, on the bottom screen, that's my channel. Okay. Dr. Scott NESARA, that's the Telegram channel. That's the real Telegram channel. drscottyoung.com is how you find my Twitter, the real Telegram channel, the real TikTok. Okay, that's how you find all that kind of stuff. So hope that helps you guys. Thanks so much.